messy. Now I'm going to show you guys the proper way to do this. It does not take much. We're just going to get it out up here like so. And we're going to take it. We're not even going to use the plastic tip that comes with it. And we're just going to squeeze it. We're going to, like so. There's a fine bead. And then we're going to come along and we're going to spread it out along the surface like so. It's easier right now for me to do it this way. Normally I do use the tip for this, but I've already done my fair share of getting out from underneath this car during this video, and I would need scissors to do that with, so that's why I'm doing it like this. Okay, so basically you just want a real thin layer on your surface like so, all the way around. See, guys, this is educational, just like I said. Teaching you guys how to, basically I'm teaching you how to change your diff oil. Even though I don't have any diff oil, I'm teaching you how to change your rear end oil and to reseal your rear end. Now, kids and grown-ups too, little information for you. The rear end is the #1 neglected thing in any automobile. Transmission is the second. I'm going to tell you right now, people, your gear oil in your rear end, your transmission fluid inside your transmission, and the filter. Yes, people, your transmission has a filter inside of it. Just like your motor has a oil filter, your transmission has a transmission filter. Let me tell you guys, those things are just as important as your motor oil. Those things need to be changed too. This gear oil back here, it needs to be changed, just like your motor oil. Now, they don't need to be changed as often as your motor oil, but they do need to be changed. Your rear end oil, my preference, and other mechanics will probably tell you different. My personal preference for gear oil in a daily driver type vehicle, I recommend changing your rear end oil at least once a year. Your transmission fluid and transmission filter, I recommend that being done every 6 months. Just my personal preference. Again, other mechanics will probably tell you different. Oh no, you only need to do it every 20, 30, 40,000 miles or whatever. And that's probably the case. But my own personal preference, transmission fluid and filter, I change every 6 months on a daily driver. Rear end oil, I change at least once a year. You'll be surprised when you take care of those things, how less your vehicle breaks down. People don't realize that. They really don't. There's other moving components in your vehicle that also require maintenance and service too. It's just a given. Okay. All right. Wiped off our access brake clean. Now we're going to take our diff cover. We're going to take her up here. We're going to set her right in place, just like so. We're going to take one of our bolts. We're going to run it up in here to get her in place. Okay. And then we're going to come over here and we're going to get this one in place, or at least try to. She's a little cattywampus on me right now. Oh, this shit is sealing quick, guys. Come on. They can be a pain in the ass sometimes, guys. I will tell you that. Getting them started originally anyway. Okay. We got our first two started. Okay. We're going to come over here. We're going to get these in here like so. Get these all started in their holes. Now on this aftermarket cover, there's a drain plug right here, and then there's a fill plug right here. On your factory differential covers, they're very thin, kind of sheet metal-ish, so you have to be careful with them. They do tend to bend easily when you're trying to pry them off. They do not have a drain plug on them. So basically what you would do in that situation, and I should have done it that way with this and I didn't, and I'm sorry. Normally what I would do when I'm doing this on a rear end that does not have a drain plug like this cover does, I would take out all the bolts except for these top three. Those I would just loosen off, and then you come underneath here and pry the cover loose from the bottom, and then the fluid drains out the bottom that way into a drain pan. You're not making a mess, and all's good. So that's another little tech tip for you guys there. Okay, our diff cover is still sliding around a little bit, even though we do have our bolts in. Okay, we should only have 3 left here, guys. And then we'll get them tightened down. Now, like I said, I can't torque them. Normally, they would be torqued at 17 foot-pounds. So if you're taking notes on any of this, write down these differential covers, their bolts get torqued down. Doesn't matter if they're factory or aftermarket. They get torqued down at 10 foot-pounds. I'm going to show you guys that in a second on the torque wrench. Even though I can't use it, I can show you guys how to set it up. Okay, we got all our bolts started by hand. Okay, now if we were going to use the torque wrench, this is the torque wrench. It has these numbers on it down here. Okay, and you have on this dial down here, it goes 0 to, I believe, 8 or 10. What you do is you turn this, you got a nut down here, you back it off, and then you turn this up, and you'll get it. You'll take your 0 and you'll turn it. And what it does is it brings this up, and say it needs to be at 20 foot-pounds, which is what it's at right now. You would bring this line up and it would match up with the 20 foot-pounds. And you say, okay, it's set. And then you take this nut, you tighten it up on the bottom, it locks it in. Now what this does is, it's like a socket wrench, but it has a give in it. That's why it's a torque wrench. So basically, you're tightening the bolt up, you're tightening it, you're tightening it, you're tightening it, you're tightening it, okay? And when you get close to where, or not close to, when you get on where you have the torque set at on this, that I just previously showed you, the wrench will actually give, and it'll make a click, 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 click sound. That's how you know that you've reached your torque spec. You guys will see that in future videos, because like the cylinder heads and rods and main caps and all that stuff on the motor, all that has to be torqued. So you guys will see all of that stuff. Okay. Now, since the video's running long, I'm not going to show you guys me tightening all these up. But I am going to show you, when you are tightening them up, you do them in a crisscross pattern. Okay? That way you're getting even load on it. Okay? So say, all right, I'm doing this one here. Okay, so I tighten this one down. I snug it up. I'm not torquing it down yet. Snugging it up. Okay. Then I come crisscross from it. This was the bottom on the driver's side over here. So, since I'm going crisscross, I go top side, okay, on the passenger. So then we bring this one in. Okay, snug it up. Once you get it bottomed out, okay, snug it up. Now, you're going to think this is weird, but it's not. We're going to go straight across. Okay, it's still a cross, but it's not a crisscross. Reason being, I will show you now. We bring this one in, okay, like so. We snug it up. Now where are we going? Bottom on this side. Okay. So when we snug this one up, we now have even cross load from side to side. Okay. Now, where would we go next? Good question. Now, since we did this one on this side, we now will go up here. Okay. Tighten this one up. Okay. snug it up. Now, since we're going crisscross, come down here. Okay. Snug it up, because we're not torquing them down yet. Now, since we did those, we will now go here. Okay. Snug it up. Come up here. Okay. Still went crisscross with it. And we're getting our even load. Especially since this one is aftermarket and it's really thick aluminum, it will warp. So doing this crisscross on this is even more important now. Okay, we only got 2 left. So we go, since we did this one last, we go top, or no, we go bottom, excuse me. Okay, snug them up like so, and then we do the top one. Okay, and that's that. Now, if we were torquing them down, we would take the torque wrench and go back and repeat the exact same order that I just showed you, and we would torque them to their proper torque specs, which again, I'm repeating this again, your torque specs for these bolts is 17 foot-pounds, not inch-pounds, foot-pounds, okay? So, I've now showed you guys how to service your rear end. We've taken a look at the brand new posi traction unit that's in there and the brand new Richmond gear setup that's in there, and explained to you guys what these are for. Showed you that when it comes to automotive things, you always read the label and use the proper RTV silicone for the job that you're doing. This is the proper for the rear end housing. Okay, so let me slide out from underneath the car. Grab the camera here. Alrighty. So, guys, that's gonna conclude today's video. I will be back on Wednesday with another episode. Liam will be with me then. So, again, hope you guys have a great day. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys learned something from this today. We will see you guys on Wednesday. Please like the videos. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so yet. And please also tap the icon that has the bell on it. When you do that, when we post any new videos, you will get an alert on your phone letting you know that we just uploaded a new video ready for you to watch. So anyway, thanks again for watching. We'll see you guys on Wednesday. I'm Big D, and I'm out.